Hello, and you watching this video, you're a beast, you're an animal. Yeah, if you're watching this kind of video, you are that kind of, jacked animal that goes to the vet instead of the doctor. But jokes to the side. I like to, what distinguishes or separates people from animals, from the beast, the real beast? And I think without a doubt, it's our intellect, our psyche. What was our psyche developed for? It was developed to make us the number one species, to make us the dominant life form on Earth. And it succeeded. And I think there was a critical time when we weren't number one, and then we had to use our minds to be number one. Our most powerful tool, our mind and our psyche. But as we became more dominant, we grew society larger. Humans are always going to survive, even if we all had a drop in IQ but around the same intelligence of an animal. I still think we'd be number one just with our momentum behind us, just with what we already have and what is done before us. And why do I mention that? Because right now I feel like our psyche, our mind, is causing us more problems than it is. Mental health is at an all-time low. But what does it really mean to be mentally healthy? I am not going to talk about mainstream mental health here. I'm going to talk kind of aside physical health and how mental health kind of interplays between it. Not a very comprehensive, but just what I feel is the most important part and what I focus on. Now, back when our bodies were developed and our minds were developed, we were in tribal societies. We were in tribes, small groups, 100 at most. And it was life or death. We would be fighting with each other. We'd be fighting with large cats, large bears. And death was instant. There wasn't like, you're not going to get a good job, you're going to starve and be homeless. You would instead have just died. So I feel that our minds and psyche were developed to perceive threats in one single kind, ones that will bring us instant death. So our mind perceives every stress, every bad feeling, every negative emotion with an instant death, and it will try to do everything to avoid that. And to sparing a lot of details, to oversimplify things, you need to just create some sort of model, follow some sort of religious text. All of them do a good job of just being content. Just figure out a way to hold on to something that will keep you content. Most people try to say that, hold on to connection with God, because that can never be taken away from you. It's in your head, in your mind, in your soul, something that you can't really be taken away from physically. And if you can hold on to something, if you can always be in a state where you're not going to feel like something's being taken away from you, or even in the slightest way threatening your livelihood, that being put down and feeling bad in any way that's due to a perception or a negative feeling will send your body to allocate resources in a way that isn't necessary in today's age. It will produce adaptations. It will set your chemistry in a certain way that is not beneficial, and I'd say harmful. So just try to hold on to some way of life that will keep you thinking like, as long as you have food, as long as you have shelter and clothes, and you have access to at least some person to be able to see or talk to them, you will be safe, and you should be content. There's no seeking anything other than that. I'm not saying is wrong, but you can fail, and if you attach your livelihood to something other than those things that you should be guaranteed in life, can set your subconscious mind into thinking you're going to die and it's going to run your life away. Your life's going to be turned allocating resources in ways that aren't necessarily real. Because the psyche only has two directions. You're okay, or imminent death is approaching. And right now, we're always in a state of okay. There's very few, very rare circumstances where that happens, and that should not be prolonged, not should be chronic. So hopefully you got the message I was going for today. Thank you for watching. I'll probably do something very similar tomorrow, so please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bye-bye.